Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Alina, and in today's tutorial I will show you how to create this gorgeous pendant and the necklace that we're going to attach this pendant. And for the first time we're going to make a string beaded necklace. While I'm not a professional with the stringing, I hope this tutorial will be helpful for you enough so you can create this necklace. So we're going to make this pendant. We're going to use 16 millimeter Rivoli, and we're going to embellish, make a bezel. Why it's the new thing I like about this pendant. We're going to add some rhinestone spacers in between, which make it look like a sun. And then of course the necklace, it's your choice. I chose this sequence of beads. They are 3 and 4 millimeter pearl, 6 millimeter pearls, 3 and 4 millimeter Bicones, and some 11 Toho seed beads. But of course you can create any design you want, and you can make it only pearls or only crystals, so you don't have to make exactly the same design. But if you like this, of course I will show you in a minute how to create the same pattern. So let's get started. Now let's review the materials for the pendant. This is just for the pendant. So you're going to need a beading thread. I'm using Fireline 0.06 inches. It's crystal color. Then you're going to need some 15 Toho seed beads, some 3 millimeter pearls or any round bead you have. You can add 3 millimeter crystals if you want. I'm going to use some rhinestone spacers. They look like this. I think they are around 3 millimeter. Let me show you from close up. This is how they look. It's just ordinary rhinestone spacers. They have some crystal on the edge, and they come in different sizes. For this tutorial I opted for the 3 millimeter one. And then you're going to need also some 3 millimeter Bicone crystals. This is the color. And then of course you're going to need a beading needle, and I chose Rivoli. It's 16 millimeter, but if you have any Rivoli that's maybe 14 or 18, or you want to make it bigger or smaller, please leave a comment and I will tell you exactly how many beads you need so you can encapsulate and bezel your Rivoli. So it's no problem. For this tutorial we're going to use the 16 millimeter, but as I told you, you have a different size. Leave a comment and I will tell you exactly how many beads you need so you can create your perfect bezel pendant. So let's get started. Start with around 180 centimeter of thread, or 60-70 inches, and then you're going to pick up a 3 millimeter Bicone and 3 15 seed beads. This is the sequence, and we're going to do this 10 times. So we're going to pick up another 3 millimeter crystal and 3 15 seed beads. This is the third crystal I'm picking up. I'm counting the crystals. 4, 3 15, 5, again 3 seed beads, 6, 3, 7, don't forget your 15 in between crystals, 8, 9, and finally 10. Also you have to add the seed beads. So let me show you what we got until now. If you are looking, we have 10 crystals, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's always good to count another time because you can never know. It happened to me many times to think I have the right amount and it was not good. So now you're not going to leave a very long tail. I'm saying maybe 10 centimeter or maybe 4 inches, and you're going to create a circle. So I will go through all the beads again, and make sure you're not going to skip any of the 15 row, because it's very easy that your needle will go on the opposite direction. So I'm just going like this, half, and then I will complete my circle, and making sure I don't skip any of the 15 row, because they are so easy to omit. I'm pulling again, and I want to have the full circle. Let's see, almost there, and I will pass through that bicone also, so I can pull super snug. And I want you to exit one of the 15 row, one in the middle. So we have sequence of 3 15 rows. I want you to exit a 15 row in the middle. It doesn't matter which side and where are you. So when I'm pulling, I got a circle. It has 10 crystals, 3 millimeter, and 3 15 row beads in between. So now I exit a 15 row in the middle. I'm going to pick up 5 15 row beads, 2, 4, 5, and I'm going to step through the next 15 row in the middle on the next place, just like here, you see. So we are exiting this one. I will go through the middle one on the next sequence of 3 beads, like this, and then I will pull, and I will do this all around my circle. So I'm going to pick up 5 15 rows, and my thread is exiting this 15 row. I will go through this one in the middle. Let's see, like this, and I'm pulling again 5 15 row seed beads, and I am going through the next one like this. So I guess you got the idea. Create all this beads, adding all these beads until the last one, and I will meet you right back to show you how to attach the last 5. Welcome back. Let's add the last part of the 15 row seed beads. If I am to count these crowns, if I can call them like this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So of course we need another one. So I'm going to pick up 5 15 rows, 4 and 5, and let's see, our thread is exiting this 15 row. I have to go through the middle one right here, which is already having our first crown that we added. So I'm just going through the same 15 row in the middle right here, just like this. And now of course I want to step up, so I want to go again through a bead in the middle of this sequence of 5 15 rows, and as you can see here, it's already there is one that's staying up. It's actually the 3rd bead. So from this sequence of 5 15 rows, you will go through the 3rd one, just like this. And now we're going to add our pearls. So pick up a 3 millimeter pearl and go through the next 3rd bead from the sequence of 5. It's this one in the middle, and make sure you pull. Now when I'm pulling, I want to cup my work, and I like to place my finger like this and just work around it. So pick up another 3 millimeter pearl and go through the next bead, the 3rd bead from the sequence of 5. It doesn't matter on which side you're going to add the pearls now, so just pick one and just pull like this. Pick up another 3mm, go through the third one right here. They always kind of staying more up than the other, so it's easy to spot. While I'm working my row of pearls, I'm making sure I'm pulling a little bit more snug. 1, 2, and the third bead. So I'm cupping my work and I'm making sure there's no thread showing in between pearls, but don't over pull, but pull enough so the thread is not showing like this. For example, we don't want this thread to be seen, so I'm just pulling like this. So this is the fun part. I think it's so much easier after you add the beads, the seed beads, but don't worry, we need to add another row, but it's not hard at all. So you're going to do this until the end, and I will meet you right back to show you what's the next step. Let's add the last pearl here. I'm picking up a 3mm pearl. So I want to show you exactly where you have to step up. So as you can see, this pearl is connected with this bead, and this is the one we have to put our thread. So I'm going through this bead right here, and by doing this, the needle is thin and the beads are super tight, so it's a bit complicated. So by doing this, we finish creating our rows of pearls, which they must be 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we are good. Now we're going to create the same thing on the other side of the bezel. So this is one side. We have the pearls in front, the crystals on the middle, and now we want to add a row of pearls in the back. So in order to do this, we have to step up again, and now to add the pearls on the back, our stepping bead will be this one in the middle. So between the crystals, as you can see, you have 3 15-ohs. 2 they are more high and 1 it's more low situated. So this is the one I want to step up so I can add my pearls. So I will just wave my way. I will pull super good now, and then I will go through this 3 beads just like this, 2 and the one I am planning to stepping up. So this is it. I'm going to pull like this. Let me take this away, and I'm making sure all my pearls are snug and there's no thread showing. So this is our new stepping up bead. Now you're going to repeat the same process all over again. So you're going to pick up 5 15-ohs, and we are going to go through the next middle bead between the crystals right here. It's easy to spot. It's the one it's situated lower than the others. But what I want you to do now, when you pull the this 15-ohs, I want you to make the crystal pop. So I will make sure I will put this 15-oh beads behind the crystal. So my row of crystals is going to be standing up like this. So now I'm going to pick up 5 more 15-ohs, 3, 4 and 5, and I'm going through the next bead that's here between crystals like this. This is the one, and then when I'm pulling my bead, so don't leave it like this, always arrange it with your thumb and make your crystal pop and pull. So basically you want a rose 10 rows of 5 15 rows in between crystals on the back of the bezel. So I make sure all the time these 15 rows are situated on the back of the bezel. So let's pick up 5 more 15 rows, 4 and 5. I'm going through this bead right here. It's so easy to spot. This is the one, and I'm just making sure I am pushing my beadwork to the back of the bezel. Again 5 15 rows, 4 and 5, and I'm going through this 15 row right here. I'm pulling and pushing with my thumb. So this is it. Now you have to repeat this until you reach at the very end here, and I will attach the last 5 beads with you together. Welcome back. Let's add the last 5 seed beads together, 4 and 5. So let's see, as you can see already in the back you have this nice gold seed beads. So my thread is exiting this 15 row. I have to go through the last one that it's already having 5 15 rows, the first one we attached. So I'm going through this one like this. I hope you can see it. Also I'm making sure my crystal is staying super snug and it's in between these seed beads. And now I want to step up again and add my row of pearls. So now guess which is going to be our stepping up bead? Of course the third bead from here. So if I count, I have 1 2 and 3, so 3 beads. Let's see, 3, just like this. So after you stepping up, you just count 3 beads. And then I'm going to pick up a pearl, and I'm going to the third bead from this 5 seed beads we added in the back. So basically we repeat the steps that we made on this side of the bezel, and now I can arrange it with my thumb and make it all the beads to stay straight and nice. Now as you can see, this bead is already popping out, so this is the stepping one. Then you're going to pick up another 3mm pearl. You're going to the third bead or the middle bead from these 5 sequence beads we add in the back. It's just the same step like we did in front. Pick up a pearl and go through the third bead right here, just like this. Oh, I think I pick up 2. Let me see. So I'm going through this one right here, pick up another pearl and go through the middle one. It's the third one in case you don't know which one is it. So do this until the end. Make sure you don't over tie it right now, so we have place to add our crystal. So I will meet you right back to show you how to add the crystal. Welcome back. Now let's put the last pearl in place. So pick up a 3mm pearl, and you are going to go not through this one, through this bead. So 1 2 3, the one that's connected already with the pearl. This is the bead that you have to step up, and I'm not going to over pull. And as you can see, it's already looking the same on the back and on the front, so it doesn't matter. So now I'm going to pick up my Rivoli, and I'm just going to try to make it fit here like this. And now of course I'm going to pull and arrange the beads with my hand. So I'm looking to make sure I have a row of pearls on the front and a row of pearls on the back, and I want my crystals to be situated on the edge like this in the middle. So now I will just wave my way and snug all the pearls. You see, when I'm pulling like this, the whole work is coming together good. This jet color rhinestone, crystal, it's looking the same in front like in the back, so it's like a double pendant, double faced pendant. But if you have Rivoli that it's foiled, you'll see which one is front and which one is the back of the pendant. So now I will just want to reinforce my pendant, so I will go through all the beads again. I'm going 150 no 1 pearl, 150 no 1 pearl in front, and then I will go on the other side. So let me show you. For example, I will just wave my way on the other side of the bezel, just like this, and through this one. One second, just like this, and through these 3 seed beads right here, so I can be close through the pearl and through the pearl. And I will repeat the same thing. So I just move from front of the bezel to back, and I will do the same thing, go through a 50 no and a pearl, and I'm trying to pull inwards just like this. You see how the beading is coming so nice together. So reinforce the bezel, and I will meet you right back to show you how to add the spacers in between crystals. So see you in a minute. You're back. I reinforced my bezel, and now I want to show you how to add the rhinestone spacers. So you're going to wave your way until you see every bicone, it has 250 no next to each other. So you have a 50 no, a bicone, a 50 no, and all the time it's a sequence of 3 beads with the bicone in the middle. Now we're going to add our spacers right here. You see there is like an empty spot here, so actually I want you to wave your way until you exit a 50 no next to a crystal, a bicone crystal. So let's see, my thread is here. I will just go through this 250 nos. Let's see if I can make it, because the beading work, it's very tight now, but of course we're going to make it. We have no other options. So I'm going to pull, and now I will just go through all these 3 beads, which is a 50 no, a crystal, and a 50 no. So now I am where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to pick up a spacer, and I'm going through the next 3 beads, which is again a 50 no, a crystal, and a 50 no. And when I'm going to pull with my fingers, I will pull so tight that the spacer will come like this. So now I'm going to pick up another rhinestone spacer, go through the next 50 no, 3 millimeter crystal, and the 50 no. Let's see, just like this, and I'm going to pull again. And you see how it's staying like this. Of course we don't want to, and I'm making sure the thread is not twisted, and my spacer is staying just like this. Pick up another spacer and go through the next 3 beads like this, through the crystal and the 50 nos next to the crystal, and pull. Make sure the spacer is straight. Again, go through the next 3 beads. So this is the only thing you have to do for the pendant. You can leave it as it is, but of course today we're going to make a necklace for this pendant. When it's like this, you see the thread is twisted, so I'm pulling slow and making sure it's staying in its place. I like the look of this pendant. It's like a sun and it's very sparkly but not too much, so I love it. Plus the black, it's a very nice addition to any dress, and I think it goes so good with the black dress or for any occasion. Okay, you will feel it, the beadwork, it's starting to be snug and it's tight, and you feel like how the beads are sitting in its place, and it's the sweet spot, how I like to call it, and everything it's sitting where it's supposed to be. So your beadwork, it's perfect. So we have one more to add, the last one. So I want to make sure it's straight. So there you have it. This is the pendant. I will put it like this so you can see better. Now you're going to wave your thread. In the meantime, I cut my tail. I wave it and I cut it. Now you do the same with this thread, and I will meet you right back to show you how to make the necklace. Now let's check the material for the necklace. You're going to need a wire. I'm using 0.45 millimeter. This is how it's looking. I'm using gold. So a beading wire specific for stringing. Then you're going to need some cream cover, which is optional, some wire guards, a clasp of your choice. You're going to need a wire cutter and flat nose plier. Also the beads you're going to string your necklace depend on your taste, but I'm going to be using 3 millimeter pearls, 4 millimeter and 6 millimeter pearls, all of this. Then I'm going to be using 3 millimeter bicone and 4 millimeter bicone, and some 11/0 beads, and the rhinestone spacer that we are using on the pendant. But again, this is optional, so you can choose any beads you have in your stash. You can let your creativity flow with this design. So let's get started. First things first, let's cut the wire. So you need around 60 centimeter or 24 inches. So I'm just going to use my wire cutter and I'm just going to cut the wire. And now let's see the materials. I will lay on the beading mat all the materials we need to string this necklace. Welcome back. So I display all my material on my beading mat, but don't get overwhelmed. It's going to be super easy. I have my pendant here and I made a sequence of how I want my beads to be string on the beading wire. This is the sequence, which I love it very much, and it will be easy for you to follow if you look at it. But again, if you don't like it and you want to create your own design, of course you can do this. So as you can see, it's going to be like a sequence of beads that I want to use for my necklace, and I will be using this sequence and then repeat this again and again and again until I have the desired length. So I will start, this is a 3 millimeter pearl. I will start with the 3 millimeter pearl, and then I will put my pendant. So we are working on this half of the pendant. So I put a 3 millimeter pearl. Then as you can see, I have 3 millimeter 4 seed beads, so I will put 4 seed beads, 11/0. It's very easy to use the wire as a needle. Then I have a 4mm bicone, then I have another 11/0, then I have a 4mm pearl. Let's see. Then I have another 3 11/0. You can play with the beads and see which design is suited for you. Then I have a 3mm bicone, again 3 11/0, 1 2 3, and then I choose to put a rhinestone spacer, and then a 4mm pearl, and then another spacer, just like this. So as you can see, let me show you, we are right here, and then I add 3 more 11/0, then another 4mm bicone, then an 11/0, a 4mm pearl, 3 11/0, a 3mm bicone, again 3 11/0, another spacer, and now I chose to add a bigger pearl. You can swap the pearls with bicones and vice versa, and another spacer. So we completed our sequence. So now I will do exactly the same thing on the other side of the pendant. So now we will add a 3mm pearl. We're just going to mirror this part of the necklace. Then we have 4 11/0. Then I have my 4mm bicone. We are right here. Then 11/0, just one. Then a 4mm pearl, 3 11/0, a 3mm bicone, and again 3 11/0. So as you can see, I'm just doing the same, and it's easy to create the design and put it in front of you in case you have multiple bead sides like we have right now. So let me remove this. So you're going to do the same thing on this side, and now because we finished, we're just going to start all over again on this on the right side. So I finished this sequence of beads, so now I will be repeating the whole process. So I will be choosing a 3mm, again 4 11/0, a 4mm bicone, an 11/0, again a 4mm pearl. So I will be doing the same sequence again and again until I have the desired the length that I want. So try to finish the necklace and put the beads according to your style, and I will meet you right back to show you how to add the crimp. Welcome back. So I finished my necklace and I have 3 sequences. So as you remember, let me show you, I added all the sequence of beads on a piece of wire like here, and I made 3 sequences. So 3 times I added the same beads. So this is 1 time, this is 2nd time, and this is the 3rd time. And I suggest you finish with the bigger pearl, the biggest. And now I use a bead stopper, which is very helpful when you work with string jewelry, because it prevents the beads from falling on this side, for example. And now I'm going to add my crimps and my crimp wire. So let me show you. First we're going to add the crimp 2 like this, and then we're going to add wire guard, which is not necessarily it's a must, but I like to add because it's protecting the wire for not getting cut in the future. So I'm just going with my wire around the wire guards like this. And before I connect it back to my cream tube, I'm just going to put my clasp. So my clasp is going like this, and it will be connected on the wire guard. So now I just want to put my wire in the cream tube. Let's see, just like this. On this side it's not so important the tension. On the other side we're going to pay attention on the how much we have to pull. So at this point I'm just pulling like this. Let's see, and I want to crimp the cream tube. I'm making sure my wire is not hanging out of this wire guard, and I'm just using my flat nose pliers, and I'm just pressing really hard, just like this. And this is what we have until now. If I put my beads like this, there you have it. Now you, of course, you can go 1-2 beads further down if your wire is letting you do this. I have a 0.45 millimeters, so it's a big thick, so I don't know if it will go through this pearl. I will see. It's not going, so I will cut right here using my cutter. So now when I'm pulling down, I want to make sure it's not obvious, of course, so I will cut a little bit more, but I think the rhinestone will help me hide the wire. So now we can attach the cream cover. So also it's an option, but I like to use it. I like the cream cover. You're just going to place your cream tube like this. Make sure you keep it steady, and then with your flat nose pliers, I'm making sure I'm just closing this cream cover, but slowly, without pressing it too much and without pressing it from a specific side. So I'm just going all around, just like this, until I am making sure it's fully closed. Let's see. I like to give it a round shape as much as possible. So when I do it like this, just flatten, very easy, like this, and then on the other side. And I got around the effect on the cream cover. so there you have it. Now I'm just going to put all my beads. So now this is one side. As you can see, we have the wire guard here and we have the cream cover. Now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and the best thing I noticed to do is just put your necklace flat down like this and just pull the beads from this side and make sure it's tight and there are no you cannot see the wire and it's not loose. So we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to pick up a cream tube and then I'm going to pick my wire guard just like this, and then I will attach my other side of the clasp, which is a jump ring in our case. Let's see. And then I will go back through the crimp again. And now when I'm going to pull, I always want to make sure my necklace is tight and there's no loose beads. Okay, so it's looking good. And I'm just going to use my flat nose pliers to flatten the crimp tube. Of course you can use specific pliers for the crimp, but for me I found it's so much easier with the flat nose pliers, so this is what I'm using. When you crimp now, keep in mind that you need some space for the cover, the crimp cover, so I will use the other pliers that are more thin, so I will fit so good here with the pliers, and I'm just going to press until it's secure. Then I'm going to use my wire cutter and cut it right from here. And now I'm going to add my crimp cover. Always leave some space, not a lot but enough so the crimp cover won't overlap your last bead that you added to the chain. Now I'm going to close this just like this, slowly, and trying to make it perfect round shape. Okay, so let's see what we have until now. This is the necklace, and let's try to close it. Just like this. So this is how it's looking here at the end. We have the clasp, we have the ear, the wire guards. I like to make them stay connected like this, not to be too spread. Then you have the cover for the crimp, so it's have a finishing look more professional. So this is the necklace. So I will meet you right back to show you the final results. Welcome back. So this is the final necklace. I hope you can see it. So as a reminder, we added 3 sequence of beads. We added our handmade pendant, and of course we learn how to add string beads and how to connect it with the wire guards and crimp tube. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please don't forget to hit that like button, and hopefully I will see you soon. Take care and bye bye.